Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Camp TCG. We have another deck profile for you today, and it is my Trap Shaddolls. This is a concept that I've been working on for about 3-4 months now, and I think I got it to a point where I like it. Disclaimer before we do get into this, it is missing Shaddoll Schism. I am planning on picking up the card. It is a necessary one of in the deck if you are going to play it. But went to my locals tonight, had really good run with it. I went 3-1, came second in a win-a-box, so wasn't bad. And honestly, the matchups were pretty good. I played the Shaddoll Dogmatica Invoked round 1, 2-0, and then I played Infernoble Knights, and I 2-0'd that, and then I played against Dinosaurs, and that was close. It was 1-2. I lost that one due to time. And then I played against Dark Magician / Dragoon Turbo, and that was 2-1. So without further ado, let's get into the profile. So I played 3 Shaddoll Squamata. Squamata is the best one because you send it, you send another one, and you basically just say, alright, let's just go full combo. This card's awesome. Plus, the fact that you can set it and you can pop a card is even better. Love that. Wendy, the second best Shaddoll monster because it specials one straight from deck. So it allows you to combo, allows you to make some pretty nice Appaloosas, allows you to make your constructs, your windows, and stuff consistently, along with going into your links, which is really nice. So yeah. Then I played 2 Shaddoll Ariel. Ariel was really good today. It was really good in the Dark Magician matchup, really good in the Dino matchup, and it was really good in the mirror match as well. The only one that I had a hard time justifying this was against the Infernoble matchup, and I actually sided one of them out for the Infernoble matchup because I didn't know what to banish. But a definite 3 of in my eyes when I'm playing against Eldritch. I was scared of playing against Eldritch, but I didn't side the third one. But when Eldritch becomes more popular, I do want to put in the third because you Aerial, banish like 2 of their Golden Lords, and then banish the last one with Dinomicious, and then basically win from there. Then I'm playing 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog. Hedgehog's your searcher. I'm half tempted to test this card at 3, same thing with the Aerial. I might even go with a 60 card variant of this deck, but I'm still deciding on that. I might do it, I might not, who knows. But this one's really good, just searches your spells and traps on your monsters. I played 2 Beasts because it's consistency. Like, if you get this, you can draw, and it's just, like, being able to draw cards is really nice, and there were a lot of times where I'd open Foolish, and I'd just go Foolish, send Beast to draw a card. So it's a pseudo-upstart in some situations. And then the 1 Falco, because this card was so good today, just for the singular reason that I can special summon constructs and windows and stuff back from the grave. Same thing with Alpcalone. And this card in the grand game is amazing. Like, love this card today. And then finally got the super rare Shaddoll Dragon. Back row decks are a thing, so you just pop back row. It's really nice. That's it for the Shaddoll monsters. Then for this, might as well be an honorary Shaddoll. Riliona. It's a light that you can normal summon, and it searches a fusion spell. There's nothing else to be said about that. It's a light that searches a fusion. Like, that's really good. And then I'm playing 2 Mathematician because this honestly is another really good normal summon. Like, the 2 normal summons of your deck are Riliona and Mathematician. And so if you get either of them, it's really nice because they're both light targets. And Mathematician, if you play him right, can draw you a card, which is nice, but I usually don't run in to get the draw. That's it for the monsters. I'm not playing hand traps in this variant just because I am playing so many traps. Plus, I think hand traps and Shaddolls is inconsistent. Then for spells, 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Fusion summon from deck, like, not much more to say from there, like, this card's really good. Then 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Being able to fusion someone on your opponent's turn, like setting up for a window and doing window on their turn, is nice, along with being able to just... This card I use a lot just to put out damage. There were a lot of times where I'd make Construct, and then I'd have a Squamata and go Construct attack, Squamata attack, and then go Shaddoll Fusion, and make another body and just go for game. And for... then I play 3 Super Poly. This card's busted in this deck. With all the decks that are in the format right now, there's so many targets. Like, you get a Shaddoll monster plus this, and you basically have access to your entire line of fusion monsters, which is really good. Like, you have access to your constructs, you have access to your app clones, and you have access to your windows, which is big. Like, in the Dark Magician matchup, I used one of his Dragoons for a window, and then I used his Dark Magician for another one. And he was like, okay, well, GG. That was nice, but it was the fact that I opened 2 of them that it made it really hard, so I kind of had to hope that my top decks were good, which they were. But this card is busting in this deck, and I would never play less than that, unless the format called for it. Then I'm playing 1 Megistus Invocation and 1 Vitra. These are your targets for Liliana. This is essentially a polymerization. This is a monster reborn for Megistus monsters. So if your hand's really bad, you can still make a Verte with Liliana. Liliana is a 1-card Verte, and if I felt like it, I could put Dragoon in, and it could be Liliana could be a 1-card Dragoon. And then for my last of my 1-up spells, it's just Foolish Burial and Monster Reborn, because these are just free extenders if you have them. And then for traps, 2 Shaddoll Incarnation. There would also be a Shaddoll Schism, so it would be 2 and 1. Schism's busted, like the card's insane, and I need to pick it up. And then Incarnation's just really good because it's a Monster Reborn and you can banish it. Like, there were 2 times where my opponent Ultimate Conductor Tyrannoed my Construct, and then I just went, okay, Shaddoll Incarnation, flip Construct, and then still be able to attack over the Conductor. That was nice. 2 Heavy Storm Duster, because I really thought I was going to play against more Eldritch tonight, and just back row heavy decks in general, because there's a few Unchained players, and there's a live twin player there that's kind of annoying. He plays Paleo Live Twins. But yeah, Heavy Storm Duster is just awesome. This was really good in the Dark Magician matchup, though. Then 2 Dogmatic Punishment, because this basically says pop 2. It's really good, along with the fact that you can app clone, and you can do this into app clone, pop something, and then get any of your Shaddoll monster effects that you want. So you could do this. You can do punishments in app clone get Aerial, and then Aerial banish Golden Lords in the Eldritch matchup. And then 2 Trap Trick. I don't play 3 because drawing multiples of this card sucks. Like, I like to see it. That's why I played it 2. It's nice to have because it basically searches all my trap cards, which is like a no-brainer. And then I'm playing 3 Dynamicious. This card's really good. Discard a card, get your Shaddoll monster effects, and then banish something. Like, it's awesome. Love the card. And then probably the best trap in this deck is Toriano Tribute. You set this up, your opponent does their combo, and you'd be like, okay, wipe your board. Did this both games against the Infernoble player. He went full combo, and then he passed to me, set this, pass. He went to summon to keep extending, and I just wiped his board. There wasn't anything you could do. That's it for main deck. Now onto the extra deck. You play Triple Construct. The card's necessary. You gotta play 3 of this because running out of this card is bad. Like, if you run out of this card, there's a problem. And the fact that this card just straight up just says The fact that this card just straight up says, whenever this card battles a special summon monster, just pop it, is really good in the Dino matchup. Then I'm playing 2-Op Clone, because basically you target a monster, negate its effects, and then this can essentially search and
Sorry
activate.
guys, we're very like... we're just vibing. It's 3
Alright, so Up Clone basically just says, okay, activate any of my Shaddoll effects that I choose. Then I'm playing 2 Shaddoll Winda. It's a floodgate. Like, this card's busted. I love this card. Then I'm testing this. It's Magistus AWAS. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. It's kind of like the mindset of Relinquished Anima, where you make it, and Anima takes. AWAS can target something, take control of it, equip it. You just can't activate the monster's effects. And you can summon this. You can use its effect to steal, and then you can activate Vritra to summon it back. So you could get this effect off twice. I didn't do it at all tonight. Like, I had a few chances to go into the fusion, but I was like, it's not worth it. And then for the last one, it's Entis, because it's Dogmatic Punishment. Then for links, I played Gravity Controller. It's a staple in the deck. Same thing with Artemis. This card's insane. Construct, because it basically says you got no light monsters, but you need to make Construct. I got you set. Then I'm playing Cross Sheep, because it just extends Verte Anaconda, because this card is insane. It's so good. Not just because it can summon Dragoon, but just because it's like, okay, fusion summon. And then for the last monster in my extra deck was Appaloosa. I summoned this 3 times tonight, but this card really was awesome because if my hands weren't too bad and I was able to extend far enough to make this, I just would make it and sit on 2 back row and I'd be set. Now onto the side deck. I know a lot of people don't care about side deck because it really comes down to your locals, but honestly, this worked really well. Because I made this side deck in preparation for Virtual World, Dragon Link, and along with the Mirror Match and Eldritch, and it honestly served its purpose. And Dinos was another one. So 3 Lancia, because this is the best hand trap in the format right now. Like, this card is insane. I almost main decked this today, but I'm glad I didn't because I only played against one deck that this basically said, end your turn. And then I played 2 Nibiru. I want to pick up a 3rd, because this, a weird rogue combo deck, you just put Nibiru in, and it allows you to just go around it. Plus, it's a light target. That's what I think is so good about the Nib and the Lancia. It doesn't hurt you if you side them in because you have light targets for the construct. Then played 3 Cosmic because it just says get rid of your back row. I sided the 3rd Trap Trick. I sided it in twice. I don't think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to cut this for the 3rd Aerial. So if I do go up against the Eldritch matchup, I have the ability to side out the Trap Trick so I can have the play around. But it was nice. And then 3 Dimensional Barrier. This card is really good in my eyes. Because playing against Virtual Worlds, you go Dimensional Barrier, declare Synchros, and they basically have to end their turn. And another one is you can do this against Drytrons and declare Rituals, and they can't go full combo. They can still kind of make boards, but you can call Rituals and it hurts. Wish this card called Links, but what do you do? It's even better because it's a Trap Trick target too. And then for the last one that I'm iffy on, is 3 Solemn Strike. Like, I love this card to death. Like, this card is awesome in my eyes. It's one of the best cards in the game, in my opinion. Because this stops hand traps, it stops monster summons and it stops monster effects. Like, I cited this in 3 or 4 times, and every time I cited it in, it performed well. It did really well, and it really just saved my ass in the end. Like, I love this card. But yeah, that's it for the deck. It's nothing crazy fancy. It's just a basic. It's just a basic Trap Shaddoll deck. As always, like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. Let us know what kind of content would you like to see? Would you like to see remote duels? Or what profiles would you like to see? Or what duel videos would you like to see out of the decks that we have currently up on the channel? Let us know down below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and get your game on.